Sometimes, the biggest changes begin with a whisper. Not a shout. Not a dramatic moment. Just a quiet decision made in the depths of your mind. A simple, unshakable, enough. Have you ever had that moment? When you stood still, heart pounding, and thought, not in panic, but with stunning clarity, I can't keep living like this. That moment isn't weakness. It's not a breakdown. It's a breakthrough. It's your soul waking up. That's how transformation really begins, not with fireworks, but with stillness. Not with applause, but with brutal honesty. The moment you stop lying to yourself. The moment you decide to stop drifting. The moment you refuse to be a passive witness to your own life. Change isn't an explosion. It's not lightning striking your world and rewriting everything overnight. No. It's a slow, deliberate revolt against your own inertia. It's the day you start doing small things differently, consistently. That's how revolutions begin. Quietly. Inside. Most people wait for life to break them before they wake up. They wait for pain to force a change. A betrayal. A collapse. A disaster. But the rare ones, the wise ones, they choose change before the collapse. They don't wait to hit the wall. They slow down, turn, and take a different path. So let me offer you something rare, 7 practical truths. Not theories. Not inspiration that fades after 5 minutes. Just real, actionable tools you can use starting today. 7 principles that are simple, but not easy. And if you apply them, they will absolutely change your life. Let's start with the first. Get brutally honest about where your time goes. People complain they don't have time. But that's not the truth. The truth is, they don't have clarity. They don't have priorities. They say yes to distractions, and maybe to what really matters. They live in reaction mode, always responding, never directing. And then they wonder why they feel exhausted and unfulfilled. So here's your first exercise: track your time like you track your money. Not vaguely. Not in your head. Write it down. Every minute. For 1 week. Every scroll, every snack, every hour lost to empty conversations, mindless content, or shallow entertainment. Write it all. You'll be shocked. You'll realize you're not tired from working too hard, you're tired from leaking energy everywhere. You're tired because you start 10 things and finish none. Because your brain is overstimulated and underfocused. Because your day is devoured by noise. Time is your most valuable currency. And unlike money, once it's gone, you can't earn it back. You are paid every morning with 24 hours of life. If someone stole your wallet, you'd fight to get it back. But people steal your time every day, and you just hand it over. Decide now to guard your time with the same intensity you'd guard your home. Because your time is your life. The way you spend your hours is the way you spend your soul. Here's the second truth: choose your pain. Yes, choose. Because every life includes pain. The pain of growth, or the pain of stagnation. The pain of discipline, or the pain of regret. The pain of setting boundaries, or the pain of being resentful and used. The pain of being misunderstood, or the pain of always pretending. You will suffer. But you get to decide why. You get to choose the kind of pain you're willing to endure, the pain that weakens you, or the pain that strengthens you. Growth is painful. Not because something is being added to you, but because something is being stripped away, your excuses, your illusions, your comfort zone. Every time you step into discomfort with purpose, you gain power. Every time you endure what others avoid, you build character. Don't look for a painless life. Look for a purposeful one. Choose the hard thing that leads you somewhere beautiful, not the easy thing that leaves you empty. And here's the third truth: stop waiting to feel ready. You won't. That perfect moment you're waiting for. It doesn't exist. The fear doesn't vanish. The hesitation doesn't dissolve. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's action in spite of fear. Most people are trapped in a cycle. They wait to feel confident before they act, but confidence only comes after action. After you show up scared. After you speak up shaking. After you try and fail and try again. Confidence is earned, not gifted. So do it unready. Do it unsure. Start when it's messy. Begin when your voice trembles and your knees shake. Don't wait to feel brave. Just be brave. Right now. Clarity comes from movement, not from overthinking. This is where real transformation begins, not in waiting, but in doing. Not in understanding everything, but in trusting something. In taking the first step without seeing the whole path. Your life won't change all at once. But it can change today. With one small act of defiance against your old self. With one conscious decision to show up differently. That's the beginning of everything. The fourth truth is this: cut the noise. Not lower it. Not mute it for an hour and return. Cut it. Eliminate what poisons your clarity. Because a chaotic life is not a coincidence, it's a consequence. And if your mind is foggy, your decisions will be too. You don't need more time. You need less noise. Think of your attention as sacred space. What you allow into that space shapes your thoughts, your moods, your self-worth. Most people live in mental garbage dumps, flooded with opinions, outrage, irrelevant updates, and endless comparisons. They think it's harmless. But it's not. It's a slow erosion of peace. A quiet theft of purpose. Here's what to do. Create silence in your life like you create meals. Deliberately. Daily. Start with just 10 minutes. No phone. No podcasts. No input. Just you, your breath, your thoughts. And watch how uncomfortable it feels. Because the first thing you'll notice in the silence is the noise inside you. You'll hear your own anxious thoughts echoing louder than ever. You'll hear voices, your parents, your critics, your fears. And that's good. Because you can't clean what you refuse to look at. You can't heal what you keep drowning in distraction. Sit with it. All of it. Let the silence sharpen your awareness. Let it strip away the fake urgency that's been running your life. Because silence isn't emptiness, it's presence. And in that presence, you will begin to remember who you are beneath the layers of noise and numbness. Here's the fifth truth: discipline is more powerful than motivation. Motivation is a mood. Discipline is a muscle. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going when motivation disappears, which it always does. You will not wake up every day excited to work out. You won't always feel like writing, studying, preparing, saying no, showing up. If you rely on motivation, you'll live your life in a cycle of short bursts followed by long crashes. You'll glow for a week and burn out for a month. But if you build discipline, if you train yourself to act based on commitment, not emotion, you become unstoppable. Discipline says, I don't want to do this, but I will. Because I made a promise to myself. That's the kind of voice that builds empires. That's the voice that turns dreams into results. And here's the secret: discipline is not natural. It's built like a callus, through repetition, discomfort, resistance. You don't wake up with it. You earn it, one hard choice at a time. So choose today. One promise. One small, boring, inconvenient action. And do it again tomorrow. Build the muscle. Because when life hits, and it will, it won't be your dreams that save you. It will be your discipline. Now the sixth truth: surround yourself with truth, not comfort. Your environment is not neutral. It's shaping you every second. The people you talk to, the content you consume, the values you're exposed to, they're programming your mind whether you realize it or not. If you're surrounded by victims, you'll start feeling like one. If your friends are always complaining, always waiting, always blaming, you will mirror that energy. Not because you're weak, but because you're human. Environment is stronger than will. So upgrade your circle. Find people who speak truth to you, not just what you want to hear. People who call you out, not just cheer you up. People who challenge your stories, your excuses, your stuckness. People who live with intention, who make you want to be better just by being around them. And if you don't have that yet, start by becoming that person. Become the one who chooses effort over ease, who speaks with purpose, who listens more than they talk. Because when you raise your own standards, you naturally attract those walking the same path. This doesn't mean cutting everyone off. It means being intentional. You can love people from a distance. You can choose your influences like you choose your food, based on nourishment, not convenience. You're not just protecting your energy. You're shaping your future. And finally, the seventh truth: identity is not fixed. Who you were is not who you have to be. You are not trapped in your past, your mistakes, your conditioning. You're not your failures. You're not your labels. You're not your fears. You are a story still being written. And you are the author. Every single day, you are reinforcing a version of yourself. With your habits. With your words. With your thoughts. So ask yourself, who am I rehearsing to become? If you want to change your life, change your self-image. Not with affirmations, but with actions. Stop saying, I'm just not a morning person. Wake up early. Stop saying, I'm not disciplined. Prove otherwise. Stop saying, I can't change. You already are, every day, by what you choose to repeat. Don't fight for your limitations. Don't protect a version of yourself that no longer serves you. Let it die. Outgrow it. Become something bolder. Truer. Realer. Because your new life will cost you your old one, and that's a price worth paying. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to become who you truly are, beneath the fear, beneath the noise, beneath the mask you've been wearing to survive. So what happens when you live these truths? Not know them. Not agree with them. But live them? Everything changes. Not all at once. Not overnight. But undeniably, unmistakably, your life begins to shift. Your energy changes. Your mind clears. Your days feel deliberate. Your nights feel earned. And most importantly, you begin to recognize the person in the mirror again. Not the tired shell. Not the faker. But you. Because these aren't just tips. They're reminders of what you already know deep down. They're not hacks. They're homecomings. You've always known you needed silence. You've always sensed that you were wasting time. You've always felt the pain of staying small, of betraying your potential for comfort. The real work is not about adding something new. It's about removing what's false. False narratives. False limits. False identities. Beneath all that noise, beneath all that conditioning, there is something honest in you. And these truths are how you uncover it. Let's remember them one more time. First, get brutally honest about your time. Not because it's trendy, but because your time is your life. You don't own your days, you borrow them. So live like it matters. Count the minutes. Defend them. Use them on what makes you proud, not numb. Second, choose your pain. No matter what you do, life will be hard. But you get to choose what kind of hard. You can suffer from growth, or you can suffer from regret. One makes you stronger. The other makes you bitter. Choose wisely. Third, stop waiting to feel ready. Ready is a lie. It's a story your brain tells to keep you safe. Don't wait for fear to leave. Walk into the unknown with it. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's dancing with it anyway. Fourth, cut the noise. You can't hear your soul if you're drowning in static. You can't find clarity in chaos. You want peace. Make space. You want answers. Make silence. Your best insights won't scream. They whisper. And silence is the only way to hear them. Fifth, build discipline. Stop living for short-term moods. Build systems. Build patterns. Be the kind of person who follows through even when it's boring. Especially when it's boring. That's how power is born. Sixth, surround yourself with truth, not comfort. Life is too short to spend it with people who drain you. You don't owe everyone access. Choose those who challenge you, who reflect your future, not your past. Protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. Seventh, identity is not fixed. You're not your past. You're not broken. You're not too late. You are becoming. Every choice is a brushstroke on the portrait of your character. Paint wisely. And now, here's the real secret. You don't need to master all 7 at once. You don't need to become a warrior overnight. Just start. One step. One shift. One decision to stop lying to yourself. One day of honoring your time. One moment of saying no to what drains you. That's enough. Because when you stack these decisions, again and again, they become momentum. And momentum becomes character. And character becomes destiny. But none of this matters, unless you act. Wisdom that's not applied is weight. It slows you down. It gives the illusion of progress while leaving your life untouched. So ask yourself right now, not, do I agree, but, what will I do? Will you protect your time? Or keep wasting it on things that don't matter? Will you lean into the pain that builds you, or hide from all discomfort? Will you move now, or wait to feel ready for a life that's already slipping away? Will you create silence, or keep letting the world shout over your intuition? Will you build your discipline, or surrender to your moods? Will you elevate your circle, or keep making excuses for toxic comfort? Will you rewrite your identity, or defend a version of you that no longer fits? These are not rhetorical questions. These are the doors in front of you. You can walk through any of them. Right now. All it takes is action. And yes, it will be hard. Yes, you will fail. Yes, you will doubt yourself. But failure is not the enemy. Indecision is. Regret is. Living a life that never felt like yours is. You were not born for mediocrity. You were not born to be passive. You were not born to be a background character in your own story. You are here to live on purpose. To struggle with meaning. To rise from chaos with clarity. To trade comfort for courage. To stop performing, and start becoming. So if you hear that quiet voice in you, the one that says, "I can't keep living like this," listen. It's not despair. It's a beginning. It's a spark. Fan it. Feed it. Follow it. Because this life, this one, short, fragile, incredible life, it's happening now. And you still have time to change it.